I heard you say, meet you in the long grass, something good at long last, and we're away next to
Gemini 2016 is an extraordinary year. It's full of magic, soul enhancement, and a real uplift to our vibration. I have to be honest with you though, January is a slightly kind of tricky month for you, and that's because Mercury, your ruler, is going retrograde. It's going backwards. And for you it's like, oh, do I have to go over old ground? Interestingly, you're going back to think about places you've traveled to. You're thinking about how you've expanded your soul through the things that you've believed in, to do with religion and to do with philosophy and all that stuff. So you're quite sort of no-biting, inner reflective around that time. Now we also have Mercury conjunct Pluto on the 22nd. You're transforming the way that you communicate. There may be some very deep communication about life, death and rebirth. It's just a month where you're like very, very much within, and you're kind of dealing with issues of power and powerlessness, life, death and rebirth, and quite, you know, intense stuff. But on the 25th, Mercury goes direct, and you're still discussing issues to do with power, but you're feeling within yourself much, much calmer and much more within your power, actually. So hopefully you do that inner work in January. And also Mercury's conjunct Pluto on the 30th. Now in February, Mercury direct re-enters your position of communication with groups of people. You're able to express yourself in groups of people. You may do some great work which involves collaboration. There's a part of you that feels that you can get your teeth into being out there in the world again, having gone through such a self-reflective time. And on March the 8th, there's a new super moon and an eclipse. So there's a big transformation then around your career, and look out for something extraordinary. It could be the ending of a career, but the start of something amazing. But whatever it is, it ultimately should be good for you. We have a Mutable Grand Cross on the 14th with the moon in your sign, so it's a bit of a challenge then. You're balancing up how you feel about your intimate relationships and yourself in the external and outside world. On the 23rd, there's a full moon and an eclipse, and you should have quite an emotional, possibly ecstatic, spiritual, sensual or romantic experience around that time, or a revelation, an insight into how you can transform your relationships to make them more pleasurable. We have Mercury conjunct Uranus on the 31st. Look out for an invitation on that day, because you could meet a group of people or somebody within a group that changes your life in some way. On April the 13th, it's big news because we have a Star of David, if you include Vesta. Now, Vesta is to do with relationships and sensuality. She's a mixture of Virgo and Scorpio. And she's coming here within this Star of David to help us shift our vibration when it comes to love and work out our soul purpose. Now, it's quite deep for you, actually, that. And you're looking at your relationships to your family and maybe how that might have impacted your current relationships. And this Star of David is so powerful. It's like an awakening of your soul when it comes to love, and you have a deep understanding about what has gone on for you. Now, on the 28th, Mercury goes, what is 28th of April, Mercury goes retrograde again. And you're just reflecting on your spirituality, on your beliefs. You may feel a little bit lost at that time. You may think, what do I believe? But it's all happening for a reason and a purpose. And by the end of the year, you'll definitely know the answer. You start to get your real va-va-va-voom around May the 20th, when the sun goes into your sign and your batteries are charged. And on top of that, on the 24th, Venus, the planet of love, enters your sign. So it's a great time for love, and you're feeling as if you've got your sparkle back and you're drawing all sorts of people towards you. Now, Venus is opposition Mars on the 25th. It's a time of deep sexuality, sensuality and passion is in the air. But you've also got very strong feelings around that time. A mutable, stop biting me. I can't give you my full attention all the time. On the 30th of May, the Mutable Grand Cross has the Sun and Venus in your sign squaring Jupiter. So you may feel that there are family issues connected to how you see your life path, but you know what? I don't think it's a big deal. It's a mutable cross. You can find your way and navigate your way through that. The new moon in your sign on June the 4th is the beginning of a new cycle for you, where you feel that you can let the past go. You're starting a brand new cycle, and it's a new beginning for you where you can reinvent yourself and anything is possible. We have the Sun conjunct Venus on the 6th of June, and you're like, yeah, baby, I can feel the shift is really kicking in. And you're much more lighthearted and excited, and you could stumble into situations that just end up being quite magical for you. We do have Mercury opposition Saturn on the 20th of June. We're looking at what your commitments are and how committed you are to certain things. Where are you going? No. Yeah. And there's a part of you that's kind of really focusing on those areas. On September the 9th, we have great news. Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, is shifting signs. And it's shifting signs to allow you I'm just holding him here because he likes to chew the back of the chair, and it's the last one I've got left, so he can't do that. Jupiter is allowing you to feel real pleasure and to really be excited about your life again, and to really just feel joy and expansion in your creativity. And October the 11th, Mercury is conjunct Jupiter. That is fantastic news in a place of pleasure. I mean, you just should be on a high then, and life for you is opening up as we speak. On December the 10th, we have Sun and Saturn conjunct in your position of relationship sextiling Jupiter. There may be a commitment on the cards. Your relationships may go, stop chewing the chair, may go on a completely different level. And you're like, I'm ready to commit in a new way to all things in my life, not just relationships. On the 14th of December, there's a full super moon in your sign, and look out on that date, because I know it may seem like ages away, but there's great insight and revelation and a kind of spiritual awakening around then as well. If that wasn't all, on the 18th, we have a pentagram, more magic in the air. And we have Uranus, Eris and Ceres all conjunct in your position of collaboration, trining the Sun and Saturn in your position of relationships. You're feeling settled, hopefully by the end of the year, in your personal life and your external life. And you managed to find that balance after a tricky start in January. Mercury goes retrograde on the 19th of December, so again you might be going back within, but we finish on Christmas Day with Venus trining Jupiter. That is a day, next Christmas should be one of your best Christmases ever. Anyway, as I say, do the weeklies, do the dailies, do the monthlies for more info. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. If you like this, please come to my website where there's thousands of articles from psychic to soulmate and lots of free tarot readings, www.michelleknight.com. And for all the written astrology of this month, week, or even day, go to horoscope.co.uk. Take care.